Hello. Hmm. That chat's not going to be valid anymore. This chat's going to be valid. All right. NASDAQ holding steady. Market is getting froggy today. SI was having a good day yesterday. I wonder if that was an early indicator of income. Oh, they had earnings yesterday. See, I didn't even look at the chart. Soxel 5.69. Trying to rebound off the 200 moving average. Oh, yeah. NIO, haven't seen that guy in a while. Let's take a look at that. Wow, that looked a lot like the Soxel chart, didn't it? At least on the 15-minute. Very similar. Very, very similar. Bouncing off the 50 and the 200-day moving average over the past couple of days. Volume sucks, though. NVIDIA. All right. Trip to the 50-day. And we're back up. Are we going to keep going today? Geez, the intraday chart. Can't tell anything from anything. I definitely could try to get going again. Geez, well off the 50-day, though. They sold it off early. I wonder if that saved it from a calamitous whatever. Not a bad bounce up though. 3 points. Market's having a good green day for the most part. They're doing what they did last time. That's what they're doing. They're holding down the big caps so the indexes look like shit. Wow. Sup, Christina? What do we got here? Nvidia. When do you think a breakout's going to happen on Nvidia? Pull back to the 50-day. Just what we were asking for. And I didn't buy it because the 4-to-1 stock split was coming up. Those sons of bitches. How fast could this bitch come back, though? Seriously. Last time this thing got back up above the 50. Didn't take very long at all to bounce back up, did it? 4%. 0.21 for the NASDAQ. Tesla's even slightly green. The XPI 4.5. I think Tesla's waiting until earnings. I don't know. That's what it looks like. What are you involved with, Christina? Yeah, the volume I saw that this morning. The volume on that is amazing. Just Amazon? How many positions do you have at a time? Are you pretty focused or because Amazon's pretty focused? Although you're on FTX, you don't. You have good options on FTX though. Monkeytron was looking at that yesterday. Yeah, that's fair. And I'm trying to. I try to stick to about five, four. Oh, okay, 4 or 5 max. Yeah, it's hard to manage so much, especially if you're in the thick of it. I've had like 10 positions before, and I'm like, something goes sideways, or I'll forget about one for a week. Wonder how it happens, but it just kind of does. Let's check out the big boys real quick. See, Apple rolling over 0.73, Amazon 0.45. So these consolidations are still gonna be choppy for a minute. This is the second. This is the second run in a row that I've noticed the mid caps start to outperform the mega caps. Mega caps bounce back here. Now Microsoft's been running the whole time, but you have these other, the Amazon and Apple especially. They tamper these down, and then they boom, they blast off. And now they're slow again. Now all these are bouncing back. And I'm not sure if the rotation's quite the same. It may have shifted. So we're still going to be getting that choppy market, I think. More of a stock picker's market, maybe necessarily than a choppy market. But ENDP again. What did that end up yesterday? I didn't really pay attention. Geez, look at the volume. That was right at the top of my leaderboard almost all day long. Just out of nowhere. 31%. Wow. The heck happened to these guys? Oh, pharmaceutical. Reportedly proposed a settlement in baby doe opioid case. Oh, they're an opioid developer? Oh, come on. Yeah, okay. I'm just getting rid of ENDP. I don't want to fuck with these opioid fuckers. I got a little moral compass. Not much, but a little bit. Enough not to fuck with some opioid bastards. I was thinking about that yesterday, man. Like, how greedy do you have to be to omit wrecking almost an entire region of the country just so you can make another $1.5 billion? Talk about fucking greed, man. Some people think traders are greedy. Talk about greed in terms of trading, but those guys, you don't wreck anybody but yourself. Our workhorse trying to claw back up. AMC Sandal. Tesla seems to be steady. I'm not sure that gives us an edge or not, but we are really steady right before earnings. No one is dumping this stock on earnings. That's for damn sure. 726. Monday, I think, right? It is Monday. Monday after hours. Be prepared for 47 YouTube live streams regarding Tesla. I do not think I'll be one of them. I think Tesla's in this big lull. But once it gets going, it's gonna get going. You gonna jump into Tesla sometime, Christina? Come on, man. Gotta jump on the bandwagon. Although I know that's not your thing. That's good. Just messing with you. But no, I do like Tesla here. Here, let me draw. Let me draw a horizontal for you. Here, let me go ahead and draw a horizontal for you so you feel better. Here, let me draw one right there. See, doesn't that feel better? Doesn't that feel better? Look at that. There's a horizontal line right there for you. Looks good. It's great. Use on some non-KYC exchanges? What do you mean? Doesn't FTX? I know I think it's a derivative on FTX. I haven't taken a deep dive into theirs, but FTX you can buy Tesla. Or are you just trying to siphon money out of there instead of just make more? Like, I need less money. Gotcha. I don't know. I know JJ's not keen on the setup, but I've seen him buy crappier stocks. Like he's into some of these other stocks, and I like the stories in them. I like even some of the technical action, but it's really funny how some people just crap on something so hard. Even though long term he's a Tesla bull, it's kind of funny. Anyway, all right, what do we got here? My buddy Remax sitting in highs today. Already up 6.5%. This doesn't really move a tremendous amount. Oh, I'm writing an introduction to trading, how to start trading. And I'm trying to label traders. I don't know if it's going to catch on or not, but I don't know if I should make this a book or a YouTube series. I'll probably end up making it a YouTube series, and then I may also end up making it a book. Hey, what's up, Ellie? So far I have the option scalper, option swing trader, and the option seller, the one-hitter quitter, theme traders, technical analysts, news traders. What other kinds of traders are there out there? Buy everything? The lazy traders? Those are losing traders. Are you on Discord and not on YouTube, or is YouTube just not showing me my right viewer count now? Or did you guys switch each other out? You do or you don't? Oh, okay, so that makes sense. Gotcha. Losing traders. This is everybody else. Someone that doesn't have a process. What's that? What? Oh, your buddy Stem. How's your buddy Stem doing? Coming off of lows. Up 10, but down 30. 26. Down 26. Gotcha. Now, volume wasn't too bad on the way down. Yeah. Interesting sector, but hard to know when they're gonna pop. When you gonna sell it on a pop, or you gonna try to hold it for much longer? Yeah, yeah. Since the declining trend line breakout. Yeah. All right. So what do you think gotcha. So you're thinking the full reversal back to 5150 or past that? It could be. Did I look at this yesterday? Forgot what these guys do. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, you said your balls deep in it yesterday, right? Yeah, they're in a good segment. Oh, I'm muted. Sorry, JJ's muted. My bad. I didn't expect
Don't
JJ to
mute
go in
me.
there. Well, I heard you and I instantly mute. You're lucky I still have my headphones on.
I was like, Randy totally lost it. He's talking to himself now.
That's how it goes these days. I was like that for 20 minutes. That's why I jumped off the stream. I'm like, this is stupid. Like if no one's here, I feel like an idiot. Like why am I even talking?
Remember the time when this like Bluetooth headset just appeared and people look like they're talking to themselves.
Yeah, right. It's like what? It's like hello, yeah, what? Hello, hello. Oh, what?
I was looking at this woman in the car driving behind me this morning doing the kids' run, and clearly being quite vocal about something, but you have no idea what she's saying. You have to just sort of fill it in yourself. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
So what? Are we gonna benefit from this bounce or not?
Sure, why not? You can. I mean, I don't think it's. I was thinking earlier. This reminds me a little bit of early in the last cycle when they're running everything but the mega caps, and then the mega caps had this run. Then they kind of sold the market off a little bit. Now a lot of these are bouncing back again. It's not quite the same batch of names. They're different names, at least on my leader list here. But it's some of the same themes a little bit. But like your Roku's aren't moving that much. At least I didn't see them on my list. Yeah, Roku's are still down. Trade Desk still down a little bit. So I think there's still some of that rotation going into whatever.
Nvidia bounced pretty well, even
Yeah,
after
it
split.
did. Yeah, I wonder if the.
I think Alessia was saying that there's quite a lot of people are institutional traders going in the market right now, going long.
Why?
So yeah, and he's
You
kind of
know
saying
why?
like institutional money aren't necessarily the smart money anymore these days. If you look at how much what their losses have been the last few months as well.
Yeah, that's short lived though. That's not going to stay. It's not going to stay that way.
Wait, institutional money is gonna stay. Why it's not gonna stay?
No, I was saying that those institutions being bankrupted by Wall Street bets. That's not a long term. I don't think you're going to see that 10 years from now. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, remember that one time for 6 months where these couple places got bankrupted because they were too over leveraged and had no stop loss rules? They were just trading
I
by the
mean,
ball. They're trading by their balls, is what they were doing. I
You
think
listen,
need
you've.
some big balls.
You do.
there was a crisis of 2008 and definitely bounced. Like, it's not. I'm not saying that's like nail in a coffin. I'm just curious if JJ knows some information about institutional traders coming back. I'm just curious why they're coming back right now. What's the driver?
It's a good question, and I don't know.
And my question is,
see.
where did they go? Because institutional traders, that's their 9 to 5 job. That's kind of like saying, oh, Ellie's back coding again on Thursday. It's like,
I
no, I've
think
been
commodities.
I've been coding the whole time. No,
I think a lot of
these
them.
guys specialize, man. A lot of them specialize. They don't jump around that like that. Every trader that I've
Um,
every trader that I've met that works for a firm that I've met has a specialty.
yeah, I talked to the traders as well, and when I in more where's the not the Merrill Lynch, the Goldman Sachs. And she said that they would hedge with whatever. They don't care. Like if they were selling, if there was like a piece of Mars on the market, they would hedge with that. She doesn't care.
Okay.
They have this like huge models which are across the entire market, and they use the formulas like it's all automated on their end. Like it's not that they're looking at the charts like, oh yeah, this chart looks good. Like
They look at their
they
models.
yeah, they look at the models and they calculate the risks, and then the model will tell them like go into this thing or go there,
Well,
and
why don't you
that's
tell me
how
this?
they have it.
Let's go get us some models, Ellie. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it but let's live in China. So if we getting caught, at least we're not gonna get executed by FBI or something like this.
What are you talking? Executed by the FBI? No, the NSA does that. Come on, man. NSA does the executions. No, all you got to.
Only if you're a president with a double barrel name, right?
That's right. But no, I think you can. I think you can derive somewhat of a similar thing. Not exactly, obviously. They have tons of people doing that, but that's what ETFs kind of help us with, is try to notice that rotation. So they just have a really good way of noticing rotation, is basically what you're saying.
They are making the rotation. What are you talking about? Like rotation is made by institutional traders.
No, you're right about that. But what makes them rotate? Because you're saying they look at a dashboard, then they rotate. I wonder what that dashboard measures. Probably some type of fundamental metric. So, those industry reports.
There must be a valuation in terms of what the metric says is undervalued or overvalued, and when they get to a certain point of profits on what they have previously invested in, they exit and go into the next thing that they deem undervalued. But it's what do they deem undervalued, and how do they get to that conclusion that it is undervalued at the moment?
I think, for example, the entire commodities rally started a year ago, like specifically a year ago, because everybody assumed that the supply line is going to be limited, right? So, like, I don't think it was a very hard decision on their part, even when the market was rallying. And so, when this year was Fed was playing was pumping the economy, all the commodities were rallying as well, and so I think that's where they were. That's where they went, at least to leverage the risks, right? Because markets should have rallied this year just because cash was pumped, right? But it didn't happen.
Okay, so
that money should went somewhere, right? It didn't just went like nowhere.
What did they? So they sold equities and bought commodities.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna validate this. I'm gonna actually ask my friend in Goldman Sachs if she can tell me, like, broad picture what happened in the past, because she definitely don't want to talk about what her model predicts in the future.
She doesn't want to talk about that, you said?
Yeah, she can't. I think somehow she really values her job. I don't know why.
It makes a shitload of money. Why else does anybody value a job at Goldman Sachs? We're doing good in the world. That's not why you work at Goldman Sachs.
Yeah.
But it's good. I mean, no, that's okay. So what it sounds like is they use macroeconomic indicators to make sector-based decisions based on a risk profile.
Yeah.
Which is very similar to what Bridgewater does.
All of them do the same. They just have different models.
Well, actually, from what I understand, a lot of them probably do that. But no, there's other firms that have different things. I'm trying to think of the dude's name, Jim Simmons, Renaissance Technologies. From what I understand, he has all kinds of different signals. Some technical, some and he trades like thousands of times a day with like very, very high probability signals across.
So I asked her about technicals, and she said that they use it, but only when they need to execute the trade. Like, so they make decisions before, and then they use technicals to time it, or basically to time it. But usually the timing runs across like few days, not months or something.
Guys, what are we thinking on Moderna?
It's topped.
Yeah, I don't think you should. Yeah.
It's just too.
Um.
It's too. I mean, yeah. I mean, it was parabolic. It's fucking straight up for 3 days. So, um, yeah, that
So
was a
I
huge
think
run.
yesterday candle is institutions dropping stuff on retail,
I think most
which
of
is
that
look
was
at the volume. Like look at the volume. It's just
yeah. Well, most of that
ridiculous.
volume was after hours, though. If you look at
And
the intraday chart, that showed up right after. So that was like a dark pool settlement or something like that. But um,
that volume is almost 1 to 1 to the volume which happened December 1, 2020.
yeah, it was pretty high, and that caused a pretty steep decline too. Yeah, it did have a dead cat bounce, but then it rose on lower volume. Could try to do that again. You never know. But I
Uh,
mean,
I, I don't think that Moderna is that. I think that you may wanna, scoop up more, on the bounce from some MA, like 60 or 50 MA, whatever you trade.
yeah, it's a ways down.
Yeah, it's gonna take time. So, like, I think it's probably gonna take time. The problem with pharma is that it moves very sharp. Like even big cap pharma. So, like, be careful. It's just like trading penny stocks, but they're but they're not.
Hey, I'm interested in this big. I like those big models. I really like that. And they've got a lot of. I mean, they got guys that have been doing this shit for decades. Like they're pretty good with sussing out those details and versus us just sticking here so close to everything. You know.
Hmm. Yeah.
I wonder when they.
So, but in general, like JJ assumption, I just want to check. JJ assumption is that market is coming back. And what is your read? Because a few days ago, I went completely bearish. Um, and right, this rally is just, I feel dumb right now.
He's off this. He's not on the stream right. He left.
Yeah. So,
JJ left.
gentleman leaves the without saying.
And he's just jumping in, jumping out. Yeah, I think I don't know, maybe just put some in the TQs and just leave it if you're having a hard time with the ups and
I
downs.
can. I told you. None of my brokers allow me
Oh,
to buy tickets.
then get a different broker for some money and just leave it in there for a minute. Something.
Yeah,
Why do you have
sure.
to have specific brokers? I never quite understood that.
What do you mean? Like, I'm not gonna switch my money to different brokers because you are still on whatever the Braintree or whatever it's called. You live on one broker, so
What are you talking about? I've got three for different accounts.
yeah. I have three as well,
Oh,
and
okay.
I don't want to have fourth
So none of your
just because.
brokerages do TQQ?
No,
Oh,
I have Vanguard
interesting.
and Interactive Brokers. None of them allows me to trade Vanguard. Sorry, TQQs.
Interactive Brokers doesn't have TQs? That's crazy.
They have it. They don't allow me to trade it.
Is it an account type or something?
I don't know.
Do you need to sign a disclosure waiver paper? Maybe that's what it
Probably.
is.
I need to try it.
Maybe that's what it is. Disclosure waiver paper. Sox was up almost 6% today.
Yeah, I think it's because Nvidia is up as well.
Jesus, 7:25 already? My kid's gonna be a dick today. He went to bed late.
Yeah, me too.
Freaking Suns lost yesterday. I
Well,
know I know you're deeply concerned about that.
Wait. Can you say it again?
The Suns lost the NBA Finals last night. Milwaukee Bucks are the champs.
Who is that?
NBA, National Basketball.
Your son lost it?
The Phoenix Suns is the basketball team. They were in the
Oh.
finals with the Milwaukee
Okay.
Bucks.
Um,
And the
Milwaukee
Milwaukee
like
Bucks won.
the Power Tools?
What?
Milwaukee like the Power Tools?
Yeah, the city Milwaukee, which is also
I
what the
see.
Power Tools are based off of.
Got it. Okay. I'm sorry. Do you need a hug?
No, I was. Well, I'm not a massive Suns fan. It's just cool when it's in your hometown, you know, with everything going on. But no, I'm happy for Milwaukee. They did it. They did what they were supposed to do. You can't be mad at them. Damn, Netflix is shitting right now. Down 4%.
Yeah, I don't know. The streaming services is the market is pretty packed right now.
I know, right? So, oh well,
And
there goes that trade. That's why I don't buy
yeah,
before earnings.
yeah. Wow. Wow.
What? What you got?
No, I'm looking at an Uber. Sorry, an Uber and then Netflix.
On Uber?
Netflix looks like no, Netflix.
Oh,
Netflix looks terrible for the last year.
well, it's in a consolidation.
Yeah, in consolidation. Yeah, probably.
It's sideways. I don't
Yeah, but
understand
look
I don't understand
at
what
the
you like
feet.
and what you don't like.
I like when the chart looks nice. This one
That's
doesn't.
It's not a bad chart. There's different types of sideways consolidations. You're saying you
It's
don't like how
very,
it's.
very, very, very sharp jumps. I just like the ones which allow you to get out. This one doesn't.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
This one, that's my problem. Like some of the stocks looks like, look like shitcoin, but then it's billions of dollars underneath, and that's the part which is always terrifying, because like when the shitcoins dumps, it's easy to bounce it back. But this one, if somebody decided to dump it, they're dumping it. You can't do anything about it. Not that I was planning to do anything about it. I'm just like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, in both instances, I mean, you still have no control with either one.
the amount of money to move this.
But you understand the amount of money is commensurate with what is in the marketplace already, right?
No, can you explain that?
So the stock market, I don't know, trades. I'm just going to pull a number out of my ass. Let's say the stock market trades $500 billion a day, right? Just
Yeah.
overall. Stock market trades $500 billion, and crypto probably trades, I don't know, $50 million. Just pulling numbers out of my ass. So the amount of money it takes to move the stocks will be 10 times what it's going to take to move a crypto. Just by definition, because just think about an ocean and making waves. If you were to put, I can make waves in my little swimming pool here by jumping up and down in the pool. I do it with my kids. But if I go in the ocean, I can't do shit. So it's going to take more by definition to move a stock than it is to move a crypto. But that's normal.
No, I use the crypto as example. We can talk about penny stocks. My problem is that when I see as like a supermassive, supermassive stock moved very sharply, it just looks scary. Just because that's how I feel about those supermassive stocks. Like I know that for a lot of people, you're just looking at the different letters and numbers, and every chart looks the same, right? I can probably pull another chart which is going to be looking similar. But when I see, for example, like NIO or other, or I don't know, Peloton or whatever moved sharply, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's not hard to move it sharply. Like whoever dumped it. Like that's not a problem. When I see Nvidia and Netflix moved, I'm imagining like a liner, a cruise liner, which which is just it didn't sink slowly like Titanic movie, etc. It just like crashed in two pieces. Like the force required to do that kind of move. That's the part which I interpret as something scary. That's it. It's just
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I've had similar thoughts to that. It just, yeah, it just is what it is, though. You're comfortable trading certain things. That's, there's no issue with that.
yeah. I don't want to trade Netflix. That's the point.
Oh, yeah, no one's saying you have to trade Netflix. I thought it would, the double bottom was interesting, but they crapped instead of popped. So
If you want double bottom, check Airbnb.
I'm looking at Microsoft right now. It's looking froggy, bouncing off the 20-day.
I think Microsoft needs some time. Like it had a pretty good run.
What,
It needs to
Microsoft?
have some.
Well, hold on. Let's
Yeah.
talk about Airbnb, then we'll go back to Then I gotta go.
Okay.
Airbnb, yeah, double bottom. I mean, not bad. Kind of actually triple bottom with the IPO low over there. Not something I'm.
Yeah.
I mean, you got your. No, it doesn't have a 200-day yet, but maybe a nice pop over the 50-day could be an early entry. But I don't know. I'd still wait for it to form some type of a base or something. Your accumulation
No, I'm not saying to
distributions.
buy right now, but
It
clearly
knows,
double bottom, right?
Yeah, for now, yeah. Yeah, it is a double bottom, but
Yeah, so your entry would be like around 150. If you want to play double bottom.
I'd have to see what it. Well, your entry would be at the double bottom, because that's kind of the whole point to the double bottom is that you buy on the second low. That's the strategy to a double bottom.
I mean, I lost so much money doing that.
That's why I don't trade double bottoms. That's why I don't buy low. That's why I'd like to buy high personally, but it just doesn't suit me.
Yeah, that's why you want to trade like 150.
Some people like it. Yeah, it's not bad. I go a little higher, 155, but it just depends what it does on the way up. I'm not making plans right now. Just throw it on the watch list and let it go. Microsoft, no, I don't think. I mean, so let's take a look at what's happened here. My point of view is that we had our nice undulations through the first half of the year, right? We had these big two humps on Microsoft, chopped up a lot of the moving averages, chopped up very loosely supported by the 50-day, but now we appear to be firmly above the 50-day. So there's your 50-day, and we're respecting the 20-day, which we were not before. So I think that's a little bit of a change in behavior on this name. So there's the 20-day.
Yeah.
So, and we got supported on the 20-day. So my thought process here is, okay, if we're going to bounce off the 20-day, now if we go under the 20-day, that negates that particular thesis. But if we're able to stay above the, because, here's the 20-day, choppy the entire time. The 20-day really does nothing for it. But now we've been in almost a frozen rope pattern. You know how we see those frozen ropes that go on for a while? They usually end up respecting some type of a moving average. Here it appears to be the 20-day. So if I extend this frozen rope at the bottom, these things are way too big. If I extend this up as a frozen rope, right there, and I just took a measured move, come on, buddy. I just took a measured move from that recent low right there to that high, just because it had a little bobble here, and anyway. But that looks like one run to me. So if I extend that out, maybe, just maybe, we'll get there. If we go to the low, if we rally back cleanly, which obviously it doesn't have to, but if you rally back cleanly, you have, maybe a 311 price target in some time frame. And if it actually does that move exactly, which it probably won't, obviously, if I look on StockShed, that looks like a really freaking nice trade. But if you give it a little bit more time, like 58 days, you can still get maybe, damn, 371 to 385. That's a lot. So, and that would take you to 917 right there. So that trade right there is upwards. You can do 230% at the money. If you think it's going to do the exact same thing, like that is like 800%, which is 794 at the 292.50 if you're trying to get stupid aggressive, which I'm not. But anyway, that's what I was saying. Like, I like that kind of change in behavior. Oh, that gets up to 1100%. Jeez, those are cheap. They're $70. Anyway, that's kind of what I was just looking at that on Microsoft. I'm like, okay, if we're going to go into a frozen rope, like we've seen these things develop before, the points to try to catch them at some point, right? And then this one, I think, if you look at some of the frozen ropes, they'll always have some type of not always, but they'll generally have some type of consolidation. You just kind of have to, because if I throw this trade out there, and say I take 4 or 5 of these trades, one of them's going to work, and if the other ones I take small losses on, and the one works, it'll be, it's a good result. Another day at the office.
Yep. Yep.
Anyway, change in behavior, 20-day support. That may be a trade, but I got to run. I got to get the kid up for school.
Yep. See you.
Bye, boss. Have a good one. Bye.